Hello. We do seem to be live. I'm just getting music set up. Compliments of Lo-Fi Buzz on Spotify. Let's make sure that works. Okay. Okay. Fully functional. Nice. Very nice. Okay. The Dead Reckoning update. Ooh, got a little bit of lag. A little bit of lag. Okay. Got Muerta here. Muerta, new hero. Difficulty 1. It is a ranged carry hero, as everyone expected, since the last proper position 1 carry was added was Monkey King in 7.0. Brutal. With her fearsome trick shots, summoned spirits, and a sidearm to spare, Muerta's knack for taking lives was so impressive, Death himself put her on the payroll. A twin-pistoled engine of dead-eyed vengeance, Muerta shepherds wayward souls to the other side, whether they want to get there or not. And if they need more convincing, she's ready to reveal her true form as a murderous, spectral nightmare, if it helps them die a little faster. Okay. Deadshot, Muerta fires a ghostly bank shot at an enemy unit or tree. When the bullet strikes, it damages and briefly slows, then ricochets in the targeted direction. The ricochet damages all units that it passes through, stopping when it hits a hero. Heroes hit by the ricochet will run in the direction of the shot. Interesting. That's fairly elaborate ability the video is not playing. Let's press play here. There we go. That's really cool. That's elaborate. That's elaborate. Many use cases. I love their use of vector targeting. Yeah, excellent. A lot of nuance. Great. Great, great. Let me know in chat if there are any issues, guys. How about that? The Calling. Summons a group of revenants that slowly circle the targeted location. Enemies within the area are slowed and have reduced attack speed. Revenants deal damage and silence enemies as they pass through them. Okay, so only these actually contacting enemies does anything. But if you're just in the area, you're slowed and have reduced attack speed. The AoE seems to be bigger than the range, which is pretty whack. It must be set. Okay. Is this a passive? It is. Gunslinger. Muerta's attacks have a chance to fire a second shot at another target, prioritizing heroes. That's cool as fuck. Oh look guys, it's another Maelstrom hero. Okay. We're okay with Maelstrom heroes. That's not the end of the world. That's cool. Pierce the Veil. We saw in the video. Muerta transforms, becoming immune to physical damage. All of her attack damage is dealt as magical damage. Muerta gains bonus attack damage and phased movement. Muerta can attack ethereal units, but deals no damage to magic immune targets. Great. Okay, so she is edgy, I guess. Let's check her out in the detail page. To get details, as it turns out. Yeah, edgy. No, not edgy. There's a lot of int there. I'm blind. She's int. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because she has the actual Revenant's Brooch on her. Very standard stats for a ranged hero. Really fast attack Projectile speed? It's not as fast as Gyro or Sniper. I believe they're at 4,000. But it might be the same. Deadshot does very reasonable damage. It fears a decent amount. It slows 100% on impact. And it has a very reasonable cooldown and mana cost, I feel. It is dispellable. The calling... Dispellable, yes, so the effects of it are dispellable. Movement slow and duration just kind of stay constant. The damage per impact is quite good, but it's kind of hard to damage things with this, I feel. It's a generous circle, I guess. Good attack slow. Really good silence duration for what this is. Cooldown's rough. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, this is... Deadshot's clearly the main ability. 50%! Does this have a cooldown? Would seem to be an important question, wouldn't it? Neat. So it gives 100 bonus attack damage when maxed, very low cooldown. And you essentially just have Revenant's Brooch active and are immune to physical damage, but are not actually ethereal. This is upgraded ethereal, people. You're just immune to physical. It is not dispellable, and it applies a basic dispel. Low duration, that's perfectly reasonable. This is very strong, but a bit hard to use, which we like to see. I mean, Gunslinger is probably not something you want much of in lane. It prioritizes heroes, actually. The extra shot. Maybe you max Gunslinger second. The calling... No, the calling is... It's a 30% slow. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? We kind of love to see that. I think she's definitely strong. Is there any reason to build Revenant's Brooch on Muerta? Probably. I mean, it has very good stats for her. She is an int hero. It makes a lot of sense to build Revenant's Brooch on her, but at the same time, you have Pierce the Veil, which has a duration rather than just the 5 shots. You love the attack speed. I think you build Revenant's Brooch anyway. Revenant's Brooch has seen a lot of play to great success on heroes that do a lot of physical damage to just delete shit. Cleave doesn't work with it, but if you just have single target physical damage, you build a Revenant's Brooch, and they build physical armor against you, and then you surprise them with the Revenant's Brooch, kill everyone, and it's fine. I think you do build it. I think we want to move on, though. Oh, right, of course, talents. 8 strength, great. Deadshot damage, I mean, that's good. Deadshot cast range, wow. Okay, yeah. The calling summons 2 additional Revenants, that's a good talent. That's so much better. I guess we just move them so there's, like, nice spacing there. Gunslinger, 70% Gunslinger chance. Oh my god. Oh my god, Gunslinger chance. I mean, this is insane. This is gyro eggs on crack. I love this hero. This is so interesting. You really have to be good with Deadshot, which is kind of a weird mix of, don't remember its name, Acorn Shot? It's Acorn Shot meets, like... Sorry. Yeah, it's Acorn Shot meets Void Remnant, except the reverse meets Pango. Pango's Swashbuckle. It's kind of whack. Very difficult to use, but really, really effective. Why no map change? Well, shit, I have a wager with a friend that if there is no map change, we would uninstall Dota 2 forever. That's unfortunate. Yeah, no spoilers, though. I'm just now looking at Muerta. I didn't scroll through the whole patch. So. Ricochet, fear, duration. Yeah, Deadshot. Yeah, that's enormous potential. But Gunslinger. Gunslinger's the big one. Definitely a Maelstrom hero. See what happened to Gleipnir. No map change? I mean, it's been since, what, 7.23? Since we had a map change? But yeah, no spoilers. I guess I should put no spoilers. Alright. Dead Reckoning minigame. Let's turn off my Dark Reader. How about that? Seems reasonable at this juncture. I mean... Okay. So this is just an event? Should I care? Make me care. Oh, Dying Light's a good game. Wow. Got a Mako Beetle on Dawn. That's cool. Very cool cosmetic. What's this? That's the chest. Yeah, I've got a lot of Dio de los Muertos vibes. Oh, I actually love that Dusa set with the world. Death Adder, true. Used to have a Razor Death Adder. That's great. Soul Serpent. Okay. Neat. Okay, advanced battle stats. They're buffing Dota Plus. Is that right? Is that about right? They're buffing Dota Plus. Yep. That's great. I wish they would expand a little bit upon free stats. It's a little bit pay to win. Just a tad. It's not like they don't have enough money, huh? Find a control at your fingertips. Quickcast users can now individually assign which unit-specific abilities and items are triggered using key press or release. I know, Alan, I know. It's gonna be okay. We will survive. Valve Dota pay to win. Never heard of it. I mean, there was the Centaur cosmetic, so that was pay to win. And you mentioned the other day there's others as well. Definitely others. Individual abilities getting quick cast and others not. That's good. I mean, the sniper incident. I don't remember the sniper incident, I'll be honest. Give your best Dota friends the treatment they deserve. You can favorite people. Alan, I get to favorite you. Crazy. Wow. Wow. Okay, guys. So, like... This is not 7.33. All the doomers were right. Is this... Huh. Guys, the doomers were right. Let me change the title. This is going to be a cinch. Wow. Yeah, no, all the hype was for literally nothing. That's unfortunate. Keep an eye out for more changes going forward. Turbo, great. All hero selections are now blind. That's good, I guess. Yeah, this is not 7.33. Little surprising. We're getting an E patch. Yeah, there will be a major map update in 7.33. There's no shot there won't be. Do I care about any of this? No. General updates. Reinforced units now take 10% less damage from player-controlled creeps. Affects all summons like Treants, Eidolons, etc., as well as dominated creeps, but not creep heroes like Spirit Bearer or Illusion. Revoking your install clause. Okay. Revoking an entire clause, that's insane. Abyssal Blade buffs, for some reason. Blood Pact nerfed a little bit. Boots of Bearing no longer has charges, so you can just spam away the drum. I like it. Wasn't bought enough, you can just fucking spam it. That's great. Rapier is cheaper. Mango gives less health regen. There's no AI Shrug as part of this. What in the world? Nerfing mangoes? That's not possible. Boots of Bearing is very good. Scotty is even better versus ranged heroes. Sure. Force Staff costs more mana? That literally does not matter. Gleipnir. The active has a smaller radius by quite a bit and does a little bit less damage. That's good. That's good. Greaves. Guardian Aura, regen bonus for low health allies decreased by 4, and armor bonus by 8. Yeah, I mean, they're extremely dominant on Brood and such, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Hurricane Pike, same nerf. Maelstrom. Chain lightning damage decreased, so you're forced to upgrade to get full value, even more so. Meteor Hammer takes half a second less channel time. I'm sorry, everyone who plays Meme Hammer heroes, you have to relearn the timing. Every single one. I mean, this is a strict buff, obviously, but you hate to see it. Gotta relearn that. Get that muscle memory redone. Nullifier, not bought enough, really underrated, and yet it's being pushed more. Great. This even stops Force Staff, guys. It doesn't stop it, they just go like 100 units, and because Force Staff is a buff. So yeah, Nullifier, get fucked. That's true, Alan. Look in chat, Alan, with the big calls. Nick's Meme Hammer. Meteor Hammer is much more buildable on just person with stun. Just in general. Because generally you can't get out of the area in like 0.3 seconds. So that's good. Radiance is cheaper. I mean, Alchemist is one of my favorite heroes. I will not complain here. So they don't specify what has changed. So I suppose that means it's not the recipe and they've changed Sacred Relic. Damage reduced. Okay. Yes, 2 seconds for... Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree. Phantom Province now additionally grants plus 60 attack speed for its duration, and Phantom Province attacks are now affected by spell lifesteal. Are they not affected by regular lifesteal? Or is it now affected by both? No idea. Sacred Relic, yeah, 350 less in damage bonus. New hero, let's go. That's true. That's true. Really good design. I was expecting 7.33 though. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't a doomer. But yeah, all of the doomers were completely correct. The patch is both after the major, and it's not 7.33. So, props to all the doomers. Yes, very skill shoddy, absolutely. Yeah, I said a bit about that, lingered on it for a little while, because I did expect, you know, to be here for hours, but it looks like we're going to be done in like 20 minutes. So, 20 more minutes, that is. Okay. Shadowblade, this could be really big. Now removes invisibility if bonus damage is applied during the fade time. Okay. Yes. Okay, so this just removes abuse. No big deal. You just can't abuse getting that bonus damage on every impact of multi-hit attacks. Multi-hit abilities, rather. They come out real fast, like the ones they mentioned. That's fine. Solar Crest, all attributes bonus increased from +5 to +6. I 100% thought they would buff Solar Crest. We were going to be getting Lunar Crest, but, you know. It isn't 7.33, guys. I changed the title already, but, yeah. Moon Speed, yeah, Solar Crest is not bought. This isn't going to help much either. Attack speed nerfed on Wraithband. Sure. Frankly, I think they should have also reduced the armor to 1 and then upgraded to 2. But that's okay. Wraithband is way too good, guys. Build it. Looks like we have more time in this patch. Hero updates. Abaddon is now a position 3. That's a really... I did not mean to do that. That's a really big base attack time buff, guys. Base attack time buffs matter a hell of a lot, as you all know. And if you didn't know, there it is. Alchemist, Unstable Concoction, Meteor Hammer build, guys. Crazy. Bonus damage per scepter increased from 20 to 25. It used to be 30. Why did you guys nerf it in the first place? It used to be 30 and 6% spell amp. Now it's 20 and 5%. Come on, guys. I mean, minimum stun. Or this is the max stun duration. I thought I was... Yeah, I'm tripping. Sure, it's better at lower levels. Chilling touch attack range increased from plus 200 to plus 300. Great. Great distance talent? Yeah, okay. A is more forgiving. Anti-mage attacks significantly faster. This is an enormous upgrade. He does have a very, very slow backswing. Yeah, not armor though, Monka. True. True. 0.6 to 0.3. That is a lot of attacks extra to get in. This is a big buff to AM's damage output. It'll help with last hitting too. Boots Radiance Blink on Alchemist +3. I don't think he's playable right now, but buffed Radiance helps a lot. All these Radiance rushers, it's a lot more viable to rush Radiance now, guys. Doesn't have a recipe anymore. Sacred Relic is cheaper. It's down to 4,700 gold. Just build it. But AM is way stronger. This is a significant buff. Matters more the lower your attack speed. Or sorry, the higher your attack speed. Yeah, this is a big one. Especially since he has such high base attack time and just can't quite get the full benefit out of it like Oracle could when he had 1.4. Mana Void now applies the mini stun to all effects. That's really obnoxious. Guys, I have chocolate. Are you happy for me? Oh my god. That's so insane. What in the world? That's actually so insane. Rip Crystal Maiden. If you hit the Queen of Pain, not that she's meta, but if you hit the Queen of Pain next to the Crystal Maiden, it's like 400 units away, it still stops her ultimate. Witch Doctor is fucked even if he's invis, if you just Mana Void. I mean, this makes perfect sense. He's called Anti-Mage. Mini-stun does not pierce BKB. Nothing about this ability pierces BKB, I don't believe. Arc Warden. I can check for you. No. Wow. Arc Warden Eggs is, you have to step right on it now. Okay, that's fine. Arc Warden Bomb's a little bit worse. Axe getting buffed. Counter Helix Radius is like one of the biggest buffs he could possibly get. That isn't just like making him too hard to kill. Movement speed. If Warden wasn't already donkey. I mean, yeah, he's not great. But the blowing people up with wraiths, I mean, I could see that as a support build or some shit. Gotta try it. Base attributes increased by 1 on Bane. Yes, Bane needed more base attributes. Tiny buff to Bane's Shard. Sure. I mean, Bane's ultimate is still one of the strongest abilities in Dota if they don't have a strong dispel on their team. Napalm mana cost increased. Very reasonable. Super spammable. And it is spammed. Lasso. Yeah, that's nice. Nothing game changing. Only 5. I haven't seen Beastmaster in months. Okay. Sure. Sure. Why not? This is not... Don't build this, guys. Don't do it. Move speed are unnerved. That's fine. Reasonable as well. Movement and attack speed slow rescaled. Worse at level 1 and 2. Or sorry. Worse at level 1, and then better from that on. Okay. That's just doubling the Bruling armor. Fire Bruling is now a lot more survivable. The others were already fine. One is ranged and one is tanky. And the range from the also is invis. That's nice. That's really nice. It does. I was just about to mention that on. It should be 4. Should it not? Oh, it says Fire Bruling armor. Oh my god, I'm actually so... Guys, the last marble's gone. I can't read. Fire Bruling armor, it really should be like 2 or 4 at level 6. It's extremely squishy. Okay, Spin Web. Max move speed bonus decreased a lot at level 1. Only thing that matters there. By the time Spin Web is level 2, you already have movement speed increases and the percentage doesn't matter as much. But 8% movement at level 1 is... That might be like -1 kill per game or something. Charge restore time on spinner snare. Yeah, I mean, they last forever. You can just spam them around, and then you can spam them less. That's reasonable. Spiderling's lifetime decreased. Sure. Spiderite's lifetime decreased. Be the same. I mean, I haven't played Brood in a while. I actually haven't played Brood since the rework, which is crazy. But, don't you still run away all the Spiderites? Get your third control group. And just put the Spiderites somewhere that isn't with the main group. Because they just feed gold and don't do anything. Regardless, it's all 40 seconds now. Okay, Centaur. Hitch a Ride now grants Centaur Stampede buff and adds the duration to Stampede. And has 2/3 the cooldown. Wow. That's much more impressive. You can just go all the way in. Hitch a Ride still isn't incredibly strong with a melee hero attached. Hitch a Ride is really good. Hitch a Ride Medusa definitely still seems like the strongest way to do it. It would be a lot better if Medusa were stronger. But actually, Medusa's tanky enough that you don't really need to be invulnerable on this back, but getting in there. You just Swift Blink in, though. Chaos Bolt mana cost decreased. Yeah, don't see CK much. That's fine. More of a help for support. I don't know if Drow is good with Hitch a Ride because you'd be taking them within range of the aura and Centaur to stun. But maybe it doesn't apply. Maybe you just don't exist for the purposes of effects while you're on Hitch a Ride. Never tried it with Drow. Skeleton Walk now always creates 1 burning army skeleton after breaking the invisibility. And Shard gives 1 bonus skeleton. That's amazing. It's just so much passive damage. How many times do you press Skeleton Walk over the course of a game? You don't want to play around this much, but why would you buy the Shard now, though? Here's my main question. Why would you buy the Shard on Cleans if you just have it baked in, half of the effect of the old Shard? That's the only problem with it. This is just really nice. It's going to be breaking Blink Daggers. It's going to help you farm a little. He kind of deletes camps with Maelstrom anyway, with the Gleipnir build. It's pretty standard. Okay. Normal punch, max stun duration decreased. Why? Okay. Dazzle, more damage talent. Doubling the skellies is still worth the 1400. When you have a lot of items, yeah, that's true. 1400 gold for an extra skelly is worth having. I just feel like they could have left it at 2 bonus skeletons. It's not that insane. They're not that good, guys. Okay, Prophet. Prophet is the first of the 2 problematic prophets in the video game. Int gain reduced, strength gain reduced. Good. Plus 300 health at 15 instead of 20. Yeah, the Spirit Siphon damage and heal talent was not great. Nerfing survivability, nerfing magic resistance a little. Yeah, this is in the right direction. Maybe not enough for 57% win rate getting cut down, but they don't want to kill it. This is going to be very similar, if not completely the same meta. Elder Dragon form. Wow, that is such a Resident Sleeper change. Wow. That's insane. That's, wow, Volvo. Okay. Fireball mana cost, yeah, great. Anything, we take it. Okay, Drow's very good. Regen reduction per stack decreased. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh! Ooh! Marksmanship now only grants allied ranged heroes half the bonus agility. Ooh! That's a lot less armor. And if you're an edgy hero, damage. Wow, that's pretty horrific, guys. Wow. That's a big hit to Drow's viability. In like trying to make a drought lineup. You still pick her, it's fine. The regen reduction, I mean, apparently they wanted Bloodstone to be stronger, guys. They just nerfed it and then they made it stronger. This is one of the biggest counters to it, while Spirit Vessel is dog shit. And you still have to build Spirit Vessel, but it's still bad. And you don't like doing it. I miss the percentage healing. But I'm a support main, so. Echo Stomp, wake up damage threshold increased by a small amount. Sure. Damage per hero increased on Astral Spirit, stronger lane. Doesn't matter after that. Cool. Ember, these are a little bit strange on the changes. I'm not completely convinced the frog has returned to us. It's possible. But it's okay. Wow, that's very minor. Crazy, guys. Okay, Enchantress. Enchant cooldown substantially lower at max level. It's kind of nice. Hero moves school? Hero moves slow is not 55% at level 1. That's all I really needed to know. They just inverted these instead of being non-scaling slow percentage, it's non-scaling slow duration. That's fine. It's a little bit weaker, but the cooldown more than makes up for it. Little Friends, I have no idea what that does. Help. What? Okay. You just say, get 'em, creeps. Sure. I guess this is actually usable now. 25% increased cast range is a lot, guys. 25% increased cast range on any ability can make it good. I mean, 100% movement speed and 100 attack speed is a lot. It really is. Inkswell. It didn't increase the range. Oh, okay, we don't care. We don't care about that. Look at this soulbind change, gamers. Holy shit. That's really good. You can actually play around soulbind every fight, even early. You don't have those awkward situations where you're like, they're like, alright, soulbind, I'll use my magic missile or some shit on them, and Like, I'll get back to you on that. DPS and Inkswell is really good. Wow, crazy buffs to Hoodwink. Huskar, inner fire, disarm duration increased by, okay. Those are in the hundreds place. Cool. This doesn't matter. I mean, that's actually pretty good. But come on. Okay, Ice Path duration. Stun duration unchanged, but it sits there longer. This is a significant buff, an entire extra second out there. You max Ice Path second, so it's pretty big. It's just a lot more annoying to deal with. Macropyre now applies its damage immediately upon casting rather than half a second after. Cool. That's an extra tick. Just look at what having an extra tick did to Ogre a few patches back. Kinda broke him, didn't it? Jug's base damage is squished and increased on average. 54. Great. They nerfed the shard. About time. Lasting will be ever so slightly more consistent. Blade Dance crit damage increased. That's a nice buff. Used to be 200%. And they're bringing that back. Slowly but surely. Hey, Will-O-Wisp needs all the help it can get, you know what I mean? It used to be the god of Dota, and now it is, it's a worse ball of light. We already have one of those. Get out of here. Damage delay increased from 40 to 45%. Okay, that matters a lot. It's a lot of survivability over the course of the whole game. I mean, this could keep you alive. 5% more damage delayed. It lasts a long time. This hardly matters. It matters, but it's not going to make a difference. Yeah, no, this isn't going to matter at all. Lich has more int gain. Why, though? Intelligence doesn't do anything if you're not right-clicking. This is not... Okay, that's fine. Frost Blast having significantly more cast range past level 1. Can't possibly hurt. Cast time improved by 25%. Great. Okay, the leader nerfs the machine gun herself. Let's see what happens. Dragon Slave more cooldown. Great. Anything to make the laning phase harder. It's reasonable to have a pretty strong hero after the laning phase, but the laning phase is a bit harder. That can be all of the difference. Mana cost increased on Light Strike Ray, that's fine. They did nerf Fiery Soul. Yeah, that's a significant nerf to throughput. Like a Mjolnir's worth. Almost. And they nerfed the talent similarly. Even more savagely, wow. Okay. This should shave maybe 3% win rate off. It's actually, this is pretty substantial. Lion base armor, that's what you want to see on a support. Base agi decreased. Okay, so we gained half an armor. Interesting. He had too much attack speed, guys. It's too strong. They're reducing the cooldown of Finger of Death? Well, that makes me happy. It's been nearly 3 minutes for way too long. I think they should keep squishing this. It's not that strong of an ability. It is. It is, though. Yeah, it's fine. Once you reach level 12, it's golden. Now it's even more so. A little more playable. Lucent Beam, Egg Shard duration increased, and damage increased. Okay. This doesn't matter. I dare say. Does it count for the ultimate? Bro, can you try to break a random item in Muerta's ultimate? It would be fun. It would fun, in fact. I don't know what you mean. Base damage of Snake going up. Snake's been buffed a lot over the years, so... Okay, that's fine. Any Snake buffs, I mean... Snake is a very strong ability. Aghanim Shard damage. The wave distance matters a lot more than the damage. That's a big... That's pretty significant. I mean, any increase to the power of a hero's shard is going to matter. There's a lot to be had there. Monkey base agi increased by 1. Okay. Can't hurt. Max channel time of Primal Spring. That's nice. That's nice. You'll feel that... Not at all, but... Unless you're an avid monkey player. But it matters. Also a cleaner number. Ensnare. Cast range decreased a lot. And then bumped back to what it was already in the Scepter. They just want you to get the Scepter. Okay, that's fine. Song of the Siren. Cooldown increased. That's fair. This is a terrifying ability. Real impulse speed increase. That's nice. It's very slow. Ridiculously slow. It's not ridiculously slow. It's pretty slow though. And this is not. Nature's Prophet. Here's too good. Let's see what happens. Yeah, his stats are his attributes are the biggest problem. They're too high. I'm glad they agree. Basic attribute decreases that are within the realm of reason. His base damage is not affected, so that doesn't affect his laning stage, which isn't necessarily amazing. Wrath of Nature, base damage decreased. Okay, this does not matter past level 1. It's fine. Talent, Sprout Leashes no longer pierces spell immunity. That hurts. Ow. I mean, you still just force out, but that's fine. That's fine. Necrophos. That's substantial. Great. Despite his enormous regen, he does oftentimes have a little bit of a mana problem, and this solves it? Maybe? That's kind of crazy. Ignite slows more. It is a small slow. And it's a tiny bit bigger. This helps. Fire Shield, I mean, I build it every game on Ogre. I just like it. Not every game. If they have a right clicker that's chunky. Takes chunks out of one's health bar. Fireball damage is okay. I've never seen this do a lot of damage. Maybe that will change. Never felt like particularly much. And usually they're hitting you with a BKB anyway. Okay. Sure. It's not going to hurt. Degenora, the Shard, strangely. Radius increased. Where's the Scepter? I haven't played Omni Knight in forever. It's a good shard. It's a really good shard. Oracle, my boy. Favorite hero in all of Dota 2. Fortune's End, projectile speed increase. Wow. 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 My brain has just exploded. That's really nice. As an Oracle player. This, sometimes you just need the Dispel to connect. And this will connect 20% faster in a, I don't know, 17% larger area. Except it's more than that, because if you do the total surface area of the AoE now, it's enormously bigger. 50 increase is huge. This AoE is fucking enormous now. Wow. I mean, I'm extremely happy with this. I didn't expect this substantial a change. It's hard to find ways to buff Oracle, though. His abilities are very, I guess, polarizing. The W makes you unable to attack and makes you immune to magic damage. The ult makes you unable to die unless there's an X, and sometimes invisible. It's, I guess the main way to buff Oracle would be the E, since it's just pure number pumping. But this is really nice. As an Oracle main when he's in the meta, this is beautiful. You will feel this immediately, even if you've played him once. If it's recent. Sanity's Eclipse now deals double damage to illusions. Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, OD does really, really struggle with more than one target. I don't know if his orb still has bonus damage on summons. It does not. Yeah? That works. Shield Crash. Damage nerfed. Roll up now no longer applies to basic dispel. Yeah, I mean the Shard and Eggs Shard and Scepter were built every single game. Without fail. Basic dispel matters. It matters a lot. So yeah, that's fine. This won't make much of a difference. That's level 1, clearly. But it's a start. He's very strong. Okay, PA, please. You need so much help. Stifling Dagger. Base damage increased. That matters. That matters a significant amount. I mean, it's a relatively small percentage of your damage for how low your damage is in the laning stage. So this base damage makes it much more consistent when you max out, as you usually do. So, consistent last hits. We love to see it. PA getting to the point where she is a Juggernaut. I know there's a hero called Juggernaut, but when she is a Juggernaut, when she gets that Deso BKB, it's very strong. And this will matter a significant amount. Nearly 25% increased base damage will add up over the course of a game. You use Dagger a lot. And you have to be right on top of her for the blur to go away. You could literally walk to the same creep wave. And if she starts moving right when she sees you, and you don't know she's there clearly, you might miss her. Like, completely. This is a pretty crazy change. You literally have to bring detection to find PA now. It's hard to overstate how much of a difference there is between 600 and 400 radius. So, yeah, that's a big one. That's very obnoxious. Wow. Yeah. That's the difference. It's the difference between Sniper's attack range with level 1 of Take Aim versus Shadow Shaman's attack range. Wow, that's, yeah. PA is a lot harder to find now. Okay, this is relatively minor. You won't feel it, but it will make a difference over the course of the game. Again, you press this ability a lot. Matters most when setting in the latest stage, maybe? I don't know. It's minor. It will matter on his stats. It will not necessarily matter in an individual game, ever. But over the course of thousands of games, this will actually add up on his stats. I don't want to say that like these small numeric changes literally don't matter. You will not feel them in one game. Generally. Oh, rot nerfs. The scepter, -5 damage. You won't feel this in one game. Same thing. You will feel it on stats page over the course of a lot of games. You will not feel it in one game. Shard refracted drain percentage increased? Sure. Sure, why not? Base attack damage increased by 2. See, this is something that genuinely matters. Think about how many times you attack on a Queen of Pain over the course of a game. We're not just talking in the laning stage, which is when you'll feel this the most. Think about how many times you attack over the course of a game. This isn't increased int gain, where you'll get 0.2 increased int gain on an int hero every 5 levels. You get 1 more damage. And int doesn't do much other than damage, let's be real. It gives 12 mana. I really feel that strength giving 20 HP per, and int giving, it's either 12 or 13 mana. You really, I don't think it's necessary that there should be a difference. I think we should just meet in the middle and say 16 increased mana, 16 increased HP. But it would make games a lot shorter. Heroes would be able to go for longer because of their int, and be able to tank less. But that's neither here nor there. This is a change that adds up enormously over the course of one game. It's like the same thing as saying CM aura is overpowered. You do feel the CM aura, but over the course of a game, if a CM doesn't die a lot and her team is also alive for most of the game, which usually will be the case, there is so many more spells that you get over the course of that. It is over 10,000 mana per game, even in reasonably short games. So, yeah, these tiny little changes that apply from the beginning of the game are enormous. And CMs usually max the aura first, because most of what her abilities do is CC. But the Q is very good. Storm Surge, Aghanim's Shard, Forked Lightning now has a 1-second internal cooldown. Yeah, Razor's too good. Oh god, it's Ricky. And Sleep Dart's changed. Okay. It's okay, guys. Guys, it's fine. Sleep Dart's being changed. Yeah, please. Okay, Aghanim's Shard, Forked Lightning now has a 1-second internal cooldown. That sucks. You hate to see it. Unlucky. That's fine. F and chat for all the Razor mains. You'll still play Razor. It will be a little bit worse. It's not something you're going to feel enormously in the course of one game. It matters on the stats page. Macro scale, not micro scale. Ricky. Yeah. Oh, this is what we needed to see, guys. Okay, Sleeping Dart. Praise Gaben. Praise him. Everyone, I cannot see you. But regardless of your religion, regardless of your attachments, praise Gaben. Praise him. The cooldown was ridiculously low. It still is. The cast range? Huh. I mean, yeah, that's the difference between roughly Sniper's starting attack range and his maxed out passive attack range. Yeah. You need Aetherlens. You build Aetherlens anyway. You need Aetherlens for this to feel usable. Now, this is perfect. Couldn't possibly ask for a more elegant way to deal with this. They didn't kill Ricky's support. They just made it less safe. It was incredibly safe. Invis does not help you at all to survive, really. Except in lower level games in which people know the value of detection but don't necessarily value it enough to not get their next item, right? And carry it. Despite the fact that carrying it would get you a kill, which then gets you your next item possibly just as fast. It's fine. Yeah, this is enormous. This is perfect. This is elegant. It is very reasonable. The item is perfectly still good. This is exactly what happened to Weeper. Dishonored on the brain, apparently. Weaver's ultimate. Weaver's Scepter had too much cast range. It was enormous. And it was pretty much the same change. I think it was 1200 to 600, so even more of a difference. But this is what needed to happen. Still very usable, still play Ricky support. This you will feel in the course of one game many times. If you played before and after, or even if you haven't played Ricky, you've only seen it. Okay, that apparently happened. If you've only seen it, you'll still feel it. This is much less annoying. You have to kind of be in the thick of things. You're going to have that 850 cast range with 8th Lens. Few Rickies actually get to the point of Octarine Core. And yeah, I mean, the cooldown is the same as before if you get an Octarine Core, so. Okay, love to see it. Okay, Rubik, Aghanim Shard no longer provides reduced cooldown when used on self or allies. Perfect. Oh, I'm so happy to see them not actually nerf Rubik's abilities. It had, I believe, 30% reduced cooldown when used on self or allies with the shard. They're just nerfing telekinesis, shard, and talent. Okay. Rubik is possibly the highest skill cap hero in Dota. He's the kind of hero in which if you were a jack of all trades type who plays multiple roles, which I think most people play multiple roles, the overwhelming majority, but if you have a larger, broader hero pool, you're a Rubik main, because you know very intimately how all of the abilities feel to use. If that makes sense. Rubik is extremely difficult to get perfect value out of because people just pick him, and it's hard to play Rubik in pub games because you really want to know what abilities they're going to have, what you have to work with, but you can't because you have to pick first as a support almost always. Unless you're just slow on the draw and you end up picking last somehow. In which case, Rubik can be extremely strong. But that's kind of the reason and that this happens. Also, Rubiks kind of tend to... It's fine. The Shard is substantially worse. Telekinesis has a very long cooldown for what it is. And that's reasonable. Because he can steal ultimates. Okay, Sand King. My favorite offlaner. Attack speed slow, of Epicenter increased. That's really nice. These are very nice changes. Movement speed slow. It's almost impossible to run from Epicenter or fight into it early now. Or not early, but like mid-game fighting into Epicenter, you will feel that 30 attack speed difference. I guess most of the really intense fighting on Sand King, in which you're just going ham, is going to be between levels 12 and 18. But still, this slow, that's really big. You really want to have a BKB up for this, because this is... It's impact. This has significant impact. It's not just like... Epicenter does as much damage as an unstacked Finger of Death in an AoE over a little bit of time, right? But this is serious impact. This is reduced number of attacks, potentially causing them to panic because they can't get off the attacks quickly enough. Panic just a little bit. It's much harder to run away. You can't just walk out of an epicenter. He's always going to be gaining on you, even if he's not walking directly toward you, just kind of generally in your direction. He's going to gain on you with this kind of movement speed. You can't get out of it as easily, and that's really big. That's really big. Burst strike stun duration, great. Wow, 0.2 seconds. I mean, Sand King stuns a lot, so. Caustic Finale damage, well, yeah. More base damage. I don't know if this is taken, but it might be now. That's a 20%. It's nice. Shadow Shaman, Serpent Ward gold bounty decreased. Okay. It can be hard to last at these under tower. Sometimes they're very, very squishy, but it's less punishing to use. Poggers, I missed most of it. Well, luckily it's only 7.32E. There's very little to miss. That's talking a little bit too much shit. This is a pretty good patch. But yeah. The Doomers were right. It was both after the major. What happened to 7.33? It's been delayed, I guess. This has happened before. They release a hero with a fairly minor patch toward the end of a cycle. I guess 7.33 is going to be April or something. It definitely won't be May. That would be ludicrous. But yeah, May. May is not going to happen. It'll be April. When in April is anyone's guess. So, hope it's sooner rather than later, but they just kind of want to see what happens with these. They definitely have some changes pending if they're not quite ready. No new items, none. Muerta's very interesting though. Aethershock max distance increased. So here's you don't necessarily target, but they're just kind of farther away. This is really good. Oftentimes you do not actually get full target value on Aethershock. It's not like a cone, it's a number of targets. So, yeah, that's good. That'll definitely matter. You will get more last hits, maybe. Like, you know, you get that cheeky last hit when you hit a hero with Aethershock. A little more of that. You'll definitely hit a hero maybe a few extra times that you wouldn't have over the course of a game than before. So, that's good. Attack range is amazing. This matters quite a bit. So, that's nice. Okay. Silencer. Arcane Curse cooldown increased 2 seconds. Great. I don't want them to see them nerf Arcane Curse. I think it's in a really good spot. It took so many buffs for it to get to a point in which it was usable. It was really, really bad. I mean, I'm sure there are people here who remember when Arcane Curse was removed when you cast a spell, didn't get extended. This ability has had a pretty fraught history, so to see a nerf on Arcane Curse is just really encouraging for Silencer. He has struggled in terms of getting to a point in which he's actually a core. There have been times where it works, and you can sometimes for sure pull it off with the scaling and everything, but really he's a position, usually 5, but he can transition to a pretty significant core later if you just build a survivability item or 3. Including Hurricane Pike, of course. You can just get some hits in, and it'll make a pretty big difference. So, yeah, this is a significant number fewer Arcane Curses over the course of the game. Arcane Curse damage, yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. Silencer's a little too good. Too good at poking, too good at being extremely disruptive, which is his shtick. More disruptive than Disruptor. Because the timing. you know, when you get that global silence off after they've BKB'd, it feels nice. Cooldown reduction, yeah, that's fine. Cast range is just 900 in corrosive haze always. That's reasonable. I really agree with them reducing the quantity of scaling variables on abilities. It's oftentimes the case that you don't need every ability to scale, or every aspect of an ability to scale. The armor already scales a lot. So the cast range being static makes it easier to play around. You just kind of get into a groove a little bit more easily when you're starting to play the hero. It can be a little jarring. 100 cast range matters a lot. So Pounce cooldown increased by 2 seconds. That is very punishing. And they reduce the distance that the Acceptor takes you. It's okay. That's okay. He's a lot less slippery. I'm trying to think if this distance will matter. There aren't any super tight jumps that people try to pull off. Maybe jumping from Roche Pit up to Dire Jungle won't be as easy or something, but this is just going to be like you have a little bit less overall mobility. This is definitely a significant nerf. Mostly the cooldown, like 90% the cooldown. Oddly enough, like maybe especially early on. Yeah. It hurts, but has to happen. Fire Snap Cookie. Aghanim Shard damage from Mortimer Kiss's impact decreased by 50%. Is Snapfire good? Cooldown nerf is fairly painful. Yeah. Especially on Slark. Damage from Mortimer Kiss's impact. Yeah, I mean, Shard's doing a little bit too much damage. Then bringing Shards from 20 minutes down to 15, I mean, that's a big one. That's early. Base attack time on Storm Spear? Wow, his Axe is so much, or his Shard is so much better as a result. You just get out. You cannot overstate how much base attack time matters. This is ridiculously nice. Used to see. Storm Spear needs a little bit of help, not a lot, and this won't be enough to bring him fully swinging back into the meta. We're getting some sort of Ice Frog gradual increases, which is what happened to Lina. She got gradual increased to the point where she hit critical mass and deleted everyone. Combined with Gleipnir. Gleipnir is a big factor on Lina being so successful. Base attack time is a really nice buff on Storm Spirit. You get in a lot of attacks. So. Okay. Should make laning a tiny bit nicer too, bro. Makes everything nicer. Few things feel quite as good as getting better base attack time. I felt that when they nerfed Oracle's base attack time in one patch from 1.4 to 1.7. That hurt a lot. It hurt my poking in lane. Mostly, you don't really right click on Oracle much. Once you have enough mana to spam those spells out. But yeah. Base strength, I mean, that's 40 HP. Wow. That's an entire extra attack almost, factoring in armor. Worth of life. So, good. Base stats increases matter a lot. You have it for the whole fucking game. So, yeah. Little tankier. Die a bit less. Free volley, throw interval increased. Okay. Max channel time increased. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Notably, there are now 5 throws, not 6. 0.5 times 5 is 2.5. 0.4 times 6 is 2.4. So that's, yeah. Subtle, sneaky. Dream Protector, a little bit too good. They're reducing the armor. Definitely expect it. Wow, that's a big nerf. Nature Skies no longer makes you heal more. I can't count the number of times I've found myself standing on trees to get a little more value out of health regen. As a support main, it's reasonable, nothing crazy. You will feel this every game. That is quite a nerf to his laning ability, yep, exactly. And beyond. Okay. Ice Shard's cast range reduced by a lot. Very reasonable. This doesn't matter most of the time, but yeah. Early game quite a bit worse, and catch a little bit worse. Catching people with Snowball is pretty rough. It's quite slow. But Ice Shards is an amazing catch. Nothing to do with BKB, you just put up a wall. So this matters quite a bit on the people who absolutely Kobe their Ice Shards. 400 range is night and day. Maybe not as much on an ability that has this much. It's not going to make nearly as much of a difference as Sleeping Dart, but... oh well. Okay. Undying, Steel Duration, reduced. It's quite a big nerf there. Ooh, that's even bigger. Wow. Should have silenced my phone. That would have been sensible, wouldn't it? Hasn't come up until now. But, you know. The mana cost hurts. You don't often max out soul... no, you max it second. So... this matters a lot early. Undying doesn't have the most intelligence. Okay. The steel duration matters almost as much. The decay damage, you won't feel this over one game. Same spiel about this is something that you feel over the course of hundreds of games. Something you feel in your win rate, not in your games. Okay. So these changes are quite nice. Attack damage is a really nice thing to buff. You attack a lot. Adds up. Last note on decay though, it is a lot fewer stacks of strength steel that you're going to have at any given moment. So, that hurts. So the second golem delay increase is pretty big, because now you get the full value of the stun instead of only like half of it. I believe it stuns for each summon. Been a while. I believe it stuns for each golem. So you get the full duration of both stuns. And I think you would get diminishing returns on the second stun. So this is possibly doubling the amount of stun that you get from Ag's golems. You'll feel it. You'll feel it every time. Buffing a talent, always nice. Competition, you know, it's nice to see. Power shot travel range increased. Wow. I mean, 3,000 is a very nice round, clean number. Focus fire, damage reduction. This is a big change. Matters more to core Wind Ranger, who will actually be building damage rather than just on-hit effects. So the on-hit effects are usually enough. So, I thought we would be done already with this. This is a pretty small patch, but here we are. Yeah, I mean, more Kobe's. Absolute sniper mode. Yeah. Winter's Curse now applies a dispel to the target. That's good. Basic dispel, I imagine. There's not a huge number of cases in which this will matter, but it can't hurt. Witch Doctor, the heal is better. And right, it does damage all the time now. It's pretty good. Why would you buff Maledict? It's the best ability in the game for damage. Buff Maledict through the stratosphere and then make it dispellable. Please. Strong dispel. Yeah, not helpful until later game. This matters a lot though. There are like 5 bursts. Each one increases the damage of the next burst, which increases the damage of the next one. It's percentage increasing the burst increases like the first burst, which will increase all future bursts, kind of compound interest there. And then percentage increases the damage of the burst from the damage that you're dealing to them to increase the maledict. It's scary. Yeah, the heal is nice. This is a pretty substantial increase as well. I would like to see like a uniform 11, 22, 33, 44. But that's just my OCD talking. Actually diagnosed, not just people saying I'm so OCD. Okay. Bug fixes. Well, if you're affected by any of these bugs, I don't really care much about reading bugs, honestly. Updated tooltips, that's not a bug fix. Okay, I need to read it now. Oh, come on, none of these are bug fixes. Everything from here down is not a bug fix. Okay. For abilities that can target invulnerable units and dispel certain invulnerable states, added alt tooltips to specify that they can target invulnerable units. Great. Collector's Cache 2 items are gift. Okay, I don't care. Talent upgrades UI is now keybindable. Right. It's V. And it can't be changed. Okay, that's nice. Disabled some additional ways to access someone's profile during the picking phase, doubling down on the recent patch. And clicking on enemies via the top bar during a game will show their last seen location / inventory state. This might be the biggest change in the patch. If each of you doesn't abuse the hell out of this change constantly. This is a ward buff. This is a I don't have wards buff. This is knowledge is power, right? Sort of. Wards are having vision is like the most important thing in a game of Dota. It just opens up everything. This matters a lot. Just use it. You'll see. It is so nice. More information. Updated tooltips for Nightmare, Boar Poison, Wild Axes, Ice Spire. Okay. Pretty chill. Okay, nice. Some of those bug fixes probably matter. I literally don't care. Just knowing that they're fixing bugs is enough for me. I keep clicking and it's not working out well for me. Biggest changes, Sleeping Dart #1 for sure, the cast range from 1000 to 600 and the increased cooldown. Very elegant, not way too punishing, still viable. You feel the Aether Lens upgrade even more. Second biggest change, Blur, Dispel Radius decreased from 600 to 400. Oracle Bias, this is a really big change. You love to see it. Sometimes you really need that Dispel to hit soon, and this accomplishes that. The AoE, I mean, you get to fuck over Omni Knight even more, because if you guys didn't know, Oracle's the hardest counter to Omni Knight, because you cast Fortune's End, your 6-second cooldown ability, and it removes Guardian Angel in an AoE. It's hilarious. And if it hits a hero that has BKB on, it will still hit their friends in an area. So... Valina nerfs are just kind of subtle. You'll feel them immediately, but she's very much still around. This is a pretty big change. The path just kind of staying around. Okay, well, I have to say I'm disappointed. Not enormously. This is a reasonable patch, and I know we'll have the main patch soon. The Revenant's Bridge change is huge. This is just such a big buff. Sacred Relic, this matters so much. It's so much money to save up that this is just so nice. I've done many a Radiance Rush in my time as Alchemist. And on Alchemist, it's the easiest rush. But on Spectre, or Kunkka, it's, this matters a lot. Timing on Radiance, the earlier you get it, the better. You get it this much earlier, that's 10 creeps. Bigger patch than you thought for an E, absolutely. It's just smaller than I was expecting in general, because I wasn't expecting an E patch. Yeah. If you watch the video when I was looking at Muerta, who I love, it was a bit... I didn't look at the bar on the right, and if I had, I would have been like, wait, this is not a full patch. Customizable quick casting is really nice. Yeah. Boots of Bearing is really nice change. It just doesn't have charges. You know, it recharges, it got a charge back every 3 minutes, but you'd still run out, so now it just doesn't have charges, and that seems very reasonable. Yeah, guys, I expected to be here until real late, but we're not, and that's okay. This passive is disgusting. Guess I could play around with the hero. One moment. I will do so. Let's do some playing in demo. See how Muerta feels. Oh, people are going to be so mad. Oh, they say in the Steam announcement, 7.33 coming in April. The Dead Reckoning update has a lot of features we're really proud of. A new hero, item sets, a mini game, but we get it. Many of you were hoping for patch 7.33. We've been working on an ambitious gameplay patch for a while, and we were hoping to get it done in time for this update. We're currently aiming to release it in late April. So in the meantime, while we put the finishing touches on it, enjoy the Dead Reckoning update in patch 7.32e. That's nice. Okay. Oh, guys. We've got a video. Oh god. Dota 2. There it is. Look, it's the lady. There she is. They actually communicated something. I mean, there was a time when we wouldn't have had a date for the patch. Okay. Good base damage. See how the animation feels. Whoa. That's nice last hitting. Super nice. Okay, bit of a delay on, you know, lifting the pistol. Okay. Wow. That's really good. Okay. I should play with it more when it's low. So, Gunslinger's really good. Let's turn off the music audio capture, shall we? It's probably a little bit jarring. Because I imagine you guys can hear... Buzz, can you tell me, are you able to hear Dota's music? Or no? Or can you hear Dota at all? Okay, got it. I'm on it, Buzz. Alright. There's game audio. Here we are. You'll have to see it. Yeah, this is, this feels nice. Int hero, full right clicker. Going to make amazing use of all these int right click items. Revenant Splurge not as much for obvious reasons because the ult. But you just love the stats. I mean, there is no hero who benefits from these stats more. It's Tortellini already. It's Tortellini. Tortellini. Tortellini has already come through. I agree, Gleipnir is exactly the right build, and you want Revenant's... I mean, this is correct. Absolutely. Ethereal Blade. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You can build Ethereal Blade. Like, get a Centaur, right? Get a few. You build E-Blade, and then you hit them. So yeah, definitely kind of an E-Blade hero, right? Oh my god. So Gunslinger. Sometimes you just use the offhand. I mean, let's see the satanic healing, shall we? You guys kind of hit. Okay, chill. Okay, chill. Satanic healing. How much is it? Yeah? Yeah? But yes, absolutely. Another Maelstrom hero. Because we needed another Maelstrom hero, clearly. We don't have enough of those. Never. Never enough. The slow is really nice. I don't see people getting hit by those a ton. They will, though, let's be honest. They will get hit by so many of those. We have a classic 2 charges talent. So, like, target the tree, make him run away. But he runs in the direction of it, so, like... That's cool. This has such low cast range. Yeah? Yeah, I mean... Very cool. Oh my god. Interesting to have Ethereal Blade core and a right click here that isn't Morphling. It's such a short cooldown. Wow. That's nice. It's really nice. I like this hero. This hero feels really good. Also, guys, you can ban Muerta every single game. If you're in role queue and you get pause 1, pick Muerta immediately, and it'll ban her. Crazy. Revenant's Approach. I mean, you just have more, you know, you go for this again, right? And then you can continue it with your ult. It's very hard to build around Muerta. She is significantly punished by BKB. But you are immune to physical damage during your ultimate. And it's not an ethereal state. Is it? Is it an ethereal state? No, you are ethereal. They just said immune to physical damage. That's fair. It would have been weird if it weren't ethereal. Yeah, it is just ethereal, but you don't take extra magic damage. You get bonus attack damage quite a bit. 100. You get basic dispel. This feels good. And you can get Remnant's Brooch so that you can be a bit more consistent, like when your ult isn't on or isn't up. You want the attack speed majorly. You want the armor, you want the projectile speed. You don't want the projectile speed, that doesn't matter at all. But Witchblade is great to build on. I don't necessarily agree with Tortellini here. Bloodthorn is clearly amazing. I mean, it gives attack speed, and I mean, Witchblade is really good because she's a hero who builds lots of ethereal, and the natural counter is heroes who do magic damage. Because again, she's also, yeah, she's ethereal. You are immune to physical damage during this, right? This is a very cool hero. I mean, like, that's just such a cool thing. Like that's crazy. Like bouncing off of other heroes to hit heroes and then like run them into your team and just... That was a little weird. I couldn't attack him while he was ethereal. But yeah, the passive is a bit much. You pretty much are forced to take that talent though. I'm glad that her hand seems to always turn toward where the additional target was. Like, you hit a tower. I can respawn a tower, right? Yeah. So if I hit the tower, I'm just going to be hitting this hero as well, 70% of the time. Orb effects feel amazing. I guess they're not orb effects anymore, are they? Give a bit of clear. Yeah. Ricochet it off. This does a lot. I guess you fear them through the calling, right? So, let's get this over here. And then you, this here, and then fear them through it. While you're hitting them, and they're ethereal. Target can't be attacked. Well, that's a bug. Well, sometimes you can't attack ethereal units, guys. Okay, I think it is that if the ethereal blade comes out before the ultimate, you can't attack them. No, it just doesn't. There's some bugs. There are some bugs. Muerta's the best Necrophos and Pugna counter in the entire game. Holy shit. You just kill them. I mean, you can feel nice playing Muerta, just hitting stuff. You have a chance to hit... Like, you can hit creeps. You're trying to hit a hero, right? Okay, wait, can you hit them out of your attack range? Oh my god, you can't hit them out of your attack range. Oh, I understand. So wait. Yeah, it can hit the same target, but it's random. So Muerta is an amazing solo killer. You go up to someone who's solo. Don't know why I chose this centaur. You go up to someone who's solo, and you're just like, I can't hit them. It says, can attack ethereal units. Does it break when you buy Revenant's Brooch? Is this what's happening? Like, I use Revenant's Brooch and now the game doesn't like me? Well, regardless, you have a 70% chance to hit a second shot prioritizing heroes. It's at another target, but it isn't... It isn't at another target always, is it? It is clearly oftentimes against the same hero. This is terrifying. This is a very strong effect to add. You don't really want to build like pure damage. You really want these effects. Yeah, I mean Revenant's Brooch just gives really nice stats. Scotty is good on literally anyone. I mean, there's no Scepter of Shard. I imagine Scepter of Shard will activate the support playstyles, or maybe it'll just fucking double down. There may be no way in hell that they built this into like any sort of support. But Deadshot is clearly strong as a support ability. It is an ability that is strong enough to be a support. The Calling, you mostly care about the movement and attack slow. But if you can get a silence off, it's no slouch. This is a really great ultimate when it works. I had it working before. I just go back in. So that's kind of weird. Okay. Well, guys, I think that about wraps up the patch. It's been real. Thanks if you stayed around. Can you try ult before ethereal? I did. It's just bugged. And it could have been that one instance of demo mode. Here, I can reshare, I suppose. Yeah. It might just be that Revenant's Brooch kind of breaks it.
Well, let's get to it, shall we?
Apparently so.
Like, it just bugs after a certain period of time in the demo. I don't really know what it is. But it refused to work. Like, it does work in any order. Genuinely. Like, it does clearly work. It just bugged. It's not a big deal. They'll figure it out. Yeah, the talents are really strong. Especially 20% Gunslinger chance. That is broken. Yeah, build lots of orb effects. Ethereal Blade is pretty good. I mean, they take more magic damage, so clearly. More of a spellcaster item. But it's definitely good. So, yeah, that is about it. Yeah, it's for sure a bug. Yeah, things definitely work. I did use Revenant's Brooch in the ult once for science, and I think that broke it. So yeah, you guys can report the bug if you like. So I'll see you all you lovely people around. Maybe you'll pop back in for the 7.33 review. How about? It is likely going to be on the new channel that myself and Buzz Walrus and Chad are going to be starting. It's already started. There's a short or two on it. If you guys want to go see it, it is Dota 2 Legend Foundry. And despite the title, we will be making lots of guide videos and review and analysis videos. And we will be able to get you higher than legend rank. Promise. That's not the problem. It's you know, it's okay. It won't just everything won't stop working at legend. It will continue to work. Um, yeah, go check out Dota 2 Legend Foundry on YouTube. There are no current social media pages. Other than that, unfortunately, I messed up and didn't set up streaming 24 hours in advance so that we could do this on that channel. Otherwise, it would be there. But yeah, go check out Dota 2 Legend Foundry. The 7.33 review will be there. And I hope to see you guys over there. There might be other content on this channel. More than likely it would be gameplay. And yeah, I will see you guys around.